Hey guys, welcome to my review of Mission Impossible Season 1, Episode 23, entitled Action. So this episode opens up in a rather special and unusual way for most mission episodes. The IMF member that gets the mission for this week is not Dan Briggs, is Cinnamon. So essentially, this episode requires Cinnamon and her team to stop a ambitious film producer behind the Iron Curtain from getting political gain. And the way that he wants to do that is by shooting a film of American soldiers killing scientists behind the Iron Curtain. So he wants to use that to start his own political career. I thought this episode was really well done for the most part. The one thing that really bothered me about this episode is that Cinnamon is supposed to lead the team in this specific mission. And after she gets the mission brief, the next scene that we see is the team discussing what the play is going to be. And the person leading the briefing is Roland. He's sort of cluing us in, the audience, on how the team is going to go about infiltrating the studio and stopping this producer from shooting this atrocity film. I believe that if Cinnamon is the lead on this mission, she should have been the one doing the briefing. Roland should have been her point man. Now, look, if you're watching this video, you're probably screaming at me right now, saying that, oh, Marcelo, it was the time, and in the time, in the 60s, it was very odd to see a woman in a position of power. Putting that aside for the moment, it really fucking bothered me that she wasn't the one doing the briefing. There's even one point where Roland is showing Cinnamon to do something to a film camera that will come in play later. And the way that he talks to her, he's like treating her like a baby, like she can't like she can't put this one thing on this goddamn projector. It's like, really? Come on, she's a professional. She is a secret agent just like you, so you should treat her with the same respect that you are given. Once the team gets to the studio lot, Cinnamon breaks into the higher levels of the building. She wants to get her film that she shot in front of this producer's eyes. It's a really cool scene where Cinnamon is hoisted on a crane by a member of the IMF team. From there, it's a really cool scene where Cinnamon, for a couple minutes, sort of walks in the dark. She's discovered by the producer, and she is led to his office to watch the film. The key thing about that is, while the producer guy is watching the film that Cinnamon shot, she's right next to the boiler in the producer's office. And she is tapping the boiler to tell Barney, who is in the pipe room a couple floors below, so he could find out where the producer's office in correlation to the room where they keep the film stock. And there's this really cool scene where you see Barney threading into the piping system, putting this device through the piping. When they get to its destination point, it just stops right over one of the fire gizmos in the room where they keep all the film in. And after Barney flicks this thing on, it starts heating up and it breaks the sprinkler system, thus destroying all the film in the vault, including the film, including the original film that Miklos Klaar shot, which is the propaganda film. With the film now being destroyed, Miklos Klaar has to shoot the entire film again. But this time, during the process of him shooting that film, our cameraman, Dave, sneaks on to the set and records Nicholas making the fake propaganda film. So a couple days later, when Miklos goes in front of the world press, the regular film plays first, but then it is changed out for the film that our IMF member shot of Miklos making the false propaganda film, thus destroying his political chances. So the mission is indeed a success. The thing that I really enjoyed about this episode is I found that there's a lot of moments when the team is really behind the eight ball, and I feel that the writer of this episode put more complications for the team to face than they have in other episodes. And I really enjoy that. There's this one section where Barney has done what he has to do in the pipe room, and he goes out and he gets captured and he gets taken to the producer's guy's office. And Rollins sort of has to beg for his life to convince the producer guy, Miklos Klaar, to take him to headquarters, right? Instead of just shooting him right there, right? So when Barney is being taken to headquarters, Willie frees him. There are several moments in this episode where you think our beloved IMF team is going to fail. And I really think that this specific mission, the IMF team got it done by the skin of their teeth and got it done at the 11th hour. When I was first watching this film, I thought they were fucked. I thought they were going to fail. There are minor things that rub me the wrong way about this episode, having to do with cinnamon that I've already said. But other than that, I thought this episode was really, really cool. But that'll do it for my review of Mission Impossible Season 1, Episode 23, entitled Action. In the comments below, if you like this episode, tell me what you liked about it or tell me what you didn't like about it. But until next time, as always, I'll see you when I see you.
So much happened here, and so much is about to.